As a security expert with over 15 years of experience, I often get asked, are VPNs safe and can VPNs be hacked? It can be difficult to find the answer to that question when there's so much information floating around online, from heavily biased marketing ads to hate videos. That's why I've partnered with Cybernews to answer this question for you today to help keep you safe while you're browsing the internet. In this video, we're going to go through 3 real-world examples to show you just how secure VPNs are and what you should watch out for. This includes my personal favorite, the evil twin attack. Before we jump into those stories, let's level set on what a VPN is. A VPN encrypts traffic between your laptop and a VPN server. This is going to make sure that all the network traffic between those 2 points is not going to be able to be seen by anyone else. This is what keeps your data secure and private. Some VPNs like NordVPN can also provide additional security by blocking malicious websites and ads. Okay, so let's dig into these examples. These examples are going to be used to help you understand just how far the security of a VPN can go and where it might fall short. This is important because understanding the edges of your security tools is what helps keep you safe on the internet. Our first attack is known as an evil twin attack. So imagine one weekend that you're going to your favorite coffee shop, you order your coffee and you go to sit down and you fire up your laptop and connect to the Wi-Fi. What you don't realize is that you accidentally connected to the attacker's wireless network. It's going to look almost identical to the coffee shop's Wi-Fi, so you don't really notice it. If you don't use a VPN in this scenario and you go and access your email or any other popular websites, you might find that your information is now going to be in the hands of the attacker. When you connect to the cybercriminals network, they're going to be able to see the websites that you go to, and in some cases can even see the passwords that you're entering into these websites. But you know security, and after you connect to the Wi-Fi network, you fire up your VPN provider, and this is what keeps you secure. Even in this attack, if you're connected to the VPN, the cybercriminal isn't going to be able to monitor your network traffic, and so all of your data is going to be kept safe and secure. This is why using a VPN like NordVPN is so important, because it's what keeps your information private. Check the description below for the discount link, which is going to have the latest discount code applied. And if you don't think these attacks happen in real life, well, in 2018, the US Department of Justice charged 7 hackers tied to a Russian spy agency for using this exact type of wireless attack. The spies would park a car nearby a building of the targets they were trying to get access to. They would fire up a new wireless network, wait for people to connect to it, and then steal their passwords. This was later used for espionage. In our next scenario, we're talking about the VPN service provider themselves. You've selected a VPN because you don't want people to know where you're browsing the internet, and you want to make sure that your data is just generally kept safe. Well, let's look at a VPN called SuperVPN. This was a popular free VPN that was available on Google and Android. In fact, on Google it had over 100 million downloads. Unfortunately, there's a history of problems with this VPN in particular. In 2016, an Australian research article pointed out that this was one of the most malware-ridden free VPNs that was on the market, and that was only with 10,000 downloads. Then, in 2020, Google removed the free version of this VPN from the Play Store due to security concerns, though the paid version still remains today. As if that wasn't bad enough, in May 2023, security researchers found a database that was leaked online. This 133 gigabyte database contained over 360 million records of sensitive information. This sensitive information included email addresses, IP addresses, the geolocation of the individuals, device information, and the websites that they were visiting. In other words, all of the information that you're trying to protect. This is why picking a reputable VPN provider is so important, because you are trusting them to secure your information. And ideally, they're not keeping records of this at all. I said it before and I'll say it again. This is why a reputable VPN provider like NordVPN is so important to protect your data. In our last example, we're going to talk about just how far VPN security is going to go and where it falls short. So you're browsing the web and you see an advertisement for some software that you've always wanted. And guess what? It's free. Now you care about your privacy, so you're already connected to your VPN provider. So you go ahead, you click on this link, and then you're prompted to download it to your system. At this point, you go ahead and download it, and all of a sudden, you got your software, but it's not working the way you expected. What's happening in the background is a cybercriminal has created a malicious advertisement to try to entice you into downloading this free software. The only problem is, it's not free software, it's actually an info stealer. When you run that info stealer on your system, it's collecting up a lot of data on your system, including your passwords. And that's going straight back to the cybercriminal so that they can use that to log into your accounts or sell that for profit. Now, while your VPN might try to block malicious websites, it can be a very difficult thing to do. And the reason for this is because cybercriminals constantly update their websites that they're using to distribute malware. In fact, Google found that 60% of phishing domains last no longer than 10 minutes. This is because these phishers have to keep ahead of the security defenses, and they constantly change these websites out to keep them fresh. For any security product, it's very difficult to try to keep pace with that. Because of this, I always say that security is not a one-tool problem. You have to layer your defenses. So when you're using a VPN, you need to make sure that first, you have it turned on, and second, that you're using a reputable VPN provider like NordVPN, and third, that you're layering that with additional defenses like antivirus, something like a TotalAV that's going to give you really good protection of your device. If you're looking for additional information on TotalAV and some discounts, check the link in the description below. And don't forget, because cybercriminals constantly change their tactics, it's important to keep up with the latest cybersecurity news by following Cybernews. With these tips in mind, you can keep your information secure and your device malware-free.